Hey guys, Big Red 310 is here again with the booking challenge for Honor Hammer 26 and Double Cross King. Before I do that, I'm at 549, so I might as well do it. Thank you guys for the 550 subscribers. Really appreciate it. A lot of hard work to get here. Also, I had one of my many orders come in last night. These are the 2002 shows. Night of Appreciation, I'm watching this now. I already have the Era of Honor Begins. I'm going to be selling this one on eBay. I have Round Robin Challenge, but this version is better, so I'm going to be selling my old version. Hold on. I know I'm going out of order here. Crowning a Champion. Unscripted. Now, here's my problem. I didn't know that I was getting the cheapo DVDs. Look at this. Road to the Title. Okay, now look at Honor Invades Boston. They're the exact same cover. And you know what else? They don't even have match listings on the back. That kind of bothers me. Plus, I want the DVDs to be unique, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell these for $10. When Ring of Honor is their next Big 10, they sell all the 2002 shows. I'm going to buy those that they have for $10. That means the only two that I won't have are Honor Invades Boston and Scramble Madness. And whenever I find those on eBay, I will buy those for $10, and I'll sell these for $10. That's what I'm going to do. But, as for now, I don't enjoy what I have. And I'm watching Night of Appreciation. Good show so far. Okay, let's get to this booking challenge. I really like this idea. I've been spending like 30 minutes thinking about this. This took me a while. It affects a lot of things. A lot of things. So I want to get this straight. Okay, I want to book Eddie Guerrero in WWE if he never died. Here's how it would start. I would not start at Survivor Series. I would start at the Great American Bash. Now, I know the Great American Bash, this is also an objective of this challenge. I want to make the Great American Bash. I want to book Eddie. I want to create more credibility for Matt Hardy. Give Ray the respect he deserves. I'll explain that. And give the Great American Bash more prestige. And I'll tell you that now. Okay, so at the Great American Bash, I would have Orton come back and fight The Undertaker there at the Great American Bash. And when they had their SummerSlam match. I would have Orton win. Generate a little more interest in the pay-per-view. Orton versus Undertaker instead of Undertaker versus Muhammad Hassan. Let's say the whole Muhammad Hassan thing happened 2 months ago. Okay, so then Orton Taker. I know it doesn't have much prestige, but it's something. And then at SummerSlam, you can have the Bob Orton Taker casket match. I personally thought that match was more interesting than Orton Taker. It wasn't really a better match. It definitely was not a better match, but I thought it was more interesting. So I would have Orton and Orton versus Taker at SummerSlam. You can have Bob Orton screw Taker at the Bash, Great American Bash. And then they can have their Hell in a Cell at No Mercy, which I think is legal because Taker had a Hell in a Cell against Lesnar a few years ago. You can moderately incorporate that into this. Taker would win as usual, but Orton comes out looking like a badass. Hey, and then at Taboo Tuesday, I believe it was called back then, when they had their whole Raw versus SmackDown thing, when Batista fought the Coach, when Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio fought Chris Masters and Edge. I would also have on that show Randy Orton and JBL because they didn't have anything really to do on that show against Kane and Big Show. In the elimination match, I would have Orton RKO Kane for the win, 1, 2, 3 straight up, and then I'd have them eliminate JBL. I'd have JBL would come back, clothesline from hell, Big Show. Orton would RKO the Big Show, and then Orton would get the pin. And then Orton and Kane would fight one-on-one, and Orton would RKO him and get the pin, building him some credibility after losing in the Hell in a Cell match. Even though he still gained some credibility because you went through a Hell in a Cell match. Then I would have the thing on SmackDown, because I've told you guys this before. In Batista's book, this is what he says. He says that Eddie was not supposed to win the title. He was until literally a day before Eddie died. Eddie told Stephanie McMahon that thing 2 days before he died. When Eddie told Batista, give it to Orton, Orton deserves it. I want Orton to have it. I don't want to have it. So I would have Eddie Guerrero, Batista, Orton, where Eddie Guerrero's half face, half heel, and Batista's full-on face and Orton's full-on heel. Eddie Guerrero's tweener. So, anyways, I would have Eddie go for a chair on Orton. Orton, who had just RKO'd Batista. Batista kicked out. Eddie go for a chair on... Orton was pinning Batista. Batista's, knocked out. Orton counts 1, 2, and Orton sees Eddie going for a frog splash. Orton moves out of the way, and Eddie frog splashes Batista by accident. Orton RKO's Eddie, and then Orton pins Batista for the 1, 2, 3 to win the world title. And so Batista's upset at Eddie. Eddie says, I didn't do it on purpose. You got to believe me. You got to believe me. All this. We go to Survivor Series with Batista and Eddie. I would put Orlando Jordan in instead of Orton. I would just have Jordan be eliminated. I take Orton out and have Orton fight Matt Hardy. Yes. Matt Hardy was kind of forgotten from 05 to 06 after his feud with Edge before the Hardys reunited. So I would have Orton fight Matt Hardy at Survivor Series. You can build that up kind of the same way they're building up Orton and Kingston. Build it almost exact the same way with Orton and Hardy. Have them fight at Survivor Series and have Orton win, low blow, RKO. That's how I see it. And then in the Survivor Series match, it's just Batista and Eddie and Shawn Michaels, I believe. And again, this time, Eddie's gonna, this is where I use the chair thing. Eddie was gonna hit Shawn with the chair. Shawn ducked and hit Batista. And Batista, who just got knocked down by Shawn after an elbow. And then Shawn kicked Eddie, and then Batista got up. And Shawn kicked Batista, and Shawn kicked Batista for the pin Batista for the 1, 2, 3. So it's just Eddie and Shawn left. Eddie's in the ring. Batista gets up. He sees Eddie. He helps him out. He spine-buster Shawn. Eddie says, "Great job, Dave. Great job, Eddie." And then Dave Batista kicks Eddie Guerrero, gives him a Batista bomb, and then he puts Shawn Michaels on top of him. Team Raw wins 1, 2, 3. Batista says, "I don't care, that bastard." And then Batista completely destroys Eddie at that pay-per-view. I prefer to be at the pay-per-view. Like, power bombs him, beats him up with chairs, takes his steel steps and throws them on top of him. Just completely mangles Eddie. Spinebuster on the stairs, just destroys him. Then Eddie's out for a while to the Royal Rumble. Then we go from Orton. Orton then is going to fight at Armageddon instead of the Hell in a Cell, since it happened a few months ago. He's currently going to fight Batista and Matt Hardy. I'm going to have Undertaker take his break as planned, except make it a little more longer and a little more hurtful, I would say, in real life. Because we all know he left after the Hell in a Cell because Bob Orton bleeded on him, and Bob Orton has hepatitis. He left the WWE for he didn't really leave, he just took a break for a month. I would have him take a break for 3 months. You have Orton versus Batista. Says, "I don't care if I cost my team to win. I never got my rematch clause. It's due. I want it now." So we have Orton, Batista, Matt Hardy at Armageddon in a triple threat match. Matt Hardy fights valiantly. Matt Hardy gets the twist of fate on Orton. Then, as he's about to get to pin Batista bombs Hardy, and Batista gets the pin on Orton to win back the world title. Then we're heading into the Royal Rumble. Hardy beats Batista in singles action. He wants a title match. Teddy Long says, "I've given you too many. You've blown too many." And Hardy says, "Give me one last shot, my last chance in a street fight with Batista," because they've been fighting with weapons for weeks and weeks, building up to this match. And then you have the Royal Rumble, which Orton is in it. And then you have in the Royal Rumble main event, you have Matt Hardy go at it with Batista. And then you have Matt Hardy try valiantly, but at the end he's going for I've always envisioned this move. Matt Hardy gets the twist of fate. He's in the position where he goes, "Oh!" He has his arms wrapped around his head. Batista kind of picks him up, puts his head between his legs. That's what she said. And then Batista lands a Batista bomb on Matt Hardy. Gets the win. Matt Hardy gets no more title shots as long as Batista's champion. Boo-hoo. Then we go to the Royal Rumble. And number, I'd say 30, as a surprise entry, we have Eddie Guerrero come out. Eddie Guerrero battles Julian. Oh my God, who would expect it? Eddie eliminates Orton from the Royal Rumble last, and Eddie wins the title shot. So then we go to No Way Out. Now, this is one of my favorite, in my opinion, one of the most underrated matches of all time. So I want to keep this match alive, and that's Undertaker versus Kurt Angle. So I'll have Kurt Angle come over to SmackDown. He's pissed with what happened with Cena. He wants to go to a new brand. Undertaker comes back, and I have them fight at No Way Out for the number 1 contendership for Mania, besides the Royal Rumble winner and besides Batista. So, and then in the main event, I would have the second main event. That will be the main event. And then as the second main event, I would have Eddie Guerrero versus Randy Orton with Batista as the guest referee. Winner fights Batista at Mania. Batista, throughout the week, shows how much he hates Orton, how much he's making a truce with Eddie. Eddie's forgiving him for some strange reason. I don't know why. It's WWE. It doesn't have to be logical. But Eddie does, he's not forgiven, but he's, starting to trust him little by little. And at the end, they're having the match. Eddie goes for the frog splash. Batista gets him between his legs. Batista bombs him, puts Orton on top of Eddie. Kind of almost the exact same thing happened at Survivor Series. Batista counts to 3. Orton wins the title shot. So we have Orton, Batista, Undertaker at WrestleMania. Teddy Long does the whole thing. Batista cheated. He doesn't deserve it. Eddie, you deserve your title shot. I'm still going to give it to you. Fatal 4-way. Eddie Guerrero, Undertaker, Orton and Batista. Obviously, in the end, I don't know if I should have an elimination. I consider that. I'm not really too sure on that. All I know is I want Eddie to frog splash Batista to get the pin to win the belt. Then, in the next few months, I want Eddie to fight Mark Henry because I want him to get a clean win. Rey Mysterio never really got a clean win on Mark Henry, and I thought that was needed. So I want Eddie to get a clean win, hit him with a barricade to the legs, frog splash him, do whatever, get the pin. But before that, I want him to fight Batista at Judgment Day, I think. Have him win, and at the Bash, to get it more prestige, have him beat Batista in a Hell in a Cell match. I really think that could work. And then have him fight Orton at the next pay-per-view. Then at SummerSlam, you have Chavo turn, have him beat Chavo, give Chavo some prestige. Then at Survivor Series, have Rey beat Eddie, so Rey is not considered disrespectful for taking Eddie's legacy, so people don't rag on him because he was Eddie's friend. Have Rey win the belt, and then in Armageddon, have Batista win it back, and then life goes on from there. I'm Big Red 310. I'm out, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See ya.